Hey Hero fans, this is Todd, and today we are going to open up the brand new Hordak! And this is the Masterverse New Etheria. New Etheria? I was going to say New Eternia, that's what I'm used to saying, but New Etheria. Now this Hordak, I had no plans of buying him, because most people know I'm not a Hordak fan. I know I keep getting accused of being a Hordak fan, but I am not a Hordak fan. I do like She-Ra though, She-Ra's cool. And there are reasons why I don't like Hordak. I've given him many times before, but today this is not about the hate of Hordak. This is about opening this new figure and checking him out and seeing what he's all about. So, without further ado, let's check out the box and get him open. So here's some cool box art on him. It says, let's see, Hordak, the force behind the destruction that devastated New Etheria, leads his evil horde to New Etheria in his continuing quest to conquer the universe. Let's see. The force behind the destruction that devastated New Etheria. No, Eternia. Psh, that's why, like, wait a sec, why did they do that twice? The devastated New Eternia leads his horde to evil, to New Etheria, to his continuing quest to conquer the universe. Interesting. All right, so here are some other figures in the line. And of course, all these figures they show here, these are like the real hot items. It has been a crazy run that, like, this Cobra Khan has just skyrocketed in price. This Teela's like amazing except for her eyes. And now we got this Hordak. It's like, excellent run, Mattel. Excellent run. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing open. Let's get it open now. All right, so I will carefully cut off this tape. And inside the box, we have a small little pouch here to open. And for those that have watched my video before, I like to look in here first and get our Cracker Jack prize. They taped it shut. They taped shut the Cracker Jack prize area. I just can't open it up and see what's in there. Come on, Mattel. What's with the extra tape? Actually on the inside of the box. You know what? I wonder if people were stealing them from the store. And this way they could keep them from getting stolen. Or they're afraid of that. Alright, here's the Cracker Jack prize. What would it be today? An arm cannon. Pew-pew! A shield. No extra hands? What? Any more Cracker Jack prizes in there? Nope. Alright. Surprising. I guess this is technically an extra hand, but whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and pull him out. Oh! There he is. Hordak. Now, this is the gray version, so it's based on the original toy, not on the Filmation styling of blue. And I gotta admit, I have to admit, just by looking at him, he has some pretty cool looking armor with the holes in there. That is pretty neat looking. All right, let's go ahead and bust him out of here. We don't need scissors. We'll just grab his foot. Come on, Z-Bita. Oh, I guess I don't want to ruin the wings. I will carefully cut those out. So I actually bought this just for these wings. This is the main reason why I purchased this. And we'll check these wings out in a little bit and see what's so special about them. It's funny, as I was getting ready to open this figure, I had that stupid AC/DC song, Back in Black, in my head because of how Hordak looks. I could see that being his theme song if he was on Earth like a wrestler coming out or something. But, oh, this is all twisted weird. There we go. Alright, so it looks like he has gauntlets that are removable. That's always fun. And his armband is definitely removable. He does have kind of a skinny build, though. He does have 3 toes that are really super small. Let's go ahead and talk about his articulation. We have ankle articulation. We have double jointed knees. We have hip movement and a thigh cut. We have waist movement. We have shoulder, bicep, double jointed elbows. And then this hand moves back and forth. And this hand also moves back and forth. And both hands are open and able to grip stuff. So that's cool. That's what I usually switch my figures to anyway. His armor is one piece for his cowl. His head is separate, which is nice. I used to hate that in the 80s figure where his cowl was literally part of his head. I remember one time I spent a lot of time carefully cutting his cowl off and sanding it off so I could have just the head. Now it is cool. He does have some gray coming up on his face that matches his skin tone body as well. That is a really nice touch there, Mattel. All right, so let's go ahead and try out his arm cannon. Pull off his hand. And it's probably best to pull the gauntlet off too. Yep, you have to. And then there's a little pin inside there that becomes his new... Oh, it just clicks right in. And there you go. Blah, 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 blah. And I imagine it goes on both sides the same. Now, it does have a hex key in there, like it's made to put something in there. So let's take a look and see the rest of his accessories and see what goes in there. So we have his Hordak staff here. And it's got this twisted dragon piece on there. And this is cool. I did not notice this before. But let me show you what I just figured out by looking at this. And that is this piece comes off of the staff. Look at that. I mean, our snake staffs never did that. That is actually a really cool added feature. And so now if you wanted to, you could wrap this around wherever you want. Whoop. See, check that out. Check it out. Or you could have it attack someone, wrap around their leg or something. That is really cool. Cool, 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 cool. That did not work. I just slide it down. It's like trying to wrap your telephone cord around something that's coiled. I know. Some people here are like, telephone cord? You mean my charging cable? Where is this? There it is. There's your spot. So I still don't see what would plug into that. It must be another accessory from a different figure at some point that plugs into that. Weird. All right, let's talk about his wings. So, like I said, I got this guy for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is these cool wings. Now, we've never seen Hordak with wings before. Usually it's just a red cape. And so they made him more bat-like. And being he's supposed to be like a vampire or Dracula, it kind of makes sense that he would have some sort of bat wings at some point. Maybe even turn into a bat completely instead of a rocket. That would have made a lot more sense. And he does have the bat symbol on him, so why not? So that does look pretty cool, having those bat wings. But the reason I wanted those is for my custom figure right here. Dun, 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 dun. I want to make a new version of him. I want to make a new version. One that's more Masterverse size. And so to do that, I was going to, just reuse these wings again. But these wings, I scanned them in, and the definition is just not there as high as I want, even though it's really high definition. And so I when I saw these, somebody took a picture of it, and the camera flash hit it right here. And that flash, when it hit it, just looked not quite as clear, which I kind of like that, because in all the promo pictures, the wings are like shiny crystal clear. And I don't want shiny crystal clear wings, so I actually like them better that they're more opaque like they are here. And so my thought was, when I make my custom figure, to use these wings instead of these ones. And that's the plan. So I'm probably not going to keep this Hordak, but I am going to definitely steal his wings and maybe some other parts. Mike Fee's already told me, hey, I'll grab that Hordak off you. But we'll see. I'll put them on Fleabay like I usually do with the pieces that I leave behind for the $1 starting bid. But it won't be put on for a few weeks because I still have lots of other things to do first. There he is. All right, let's compare him next to... I have a classic sitting right here. Burp. Wow, he's tall. He is very tall next to classics, as you can see. And let's compare him. next to some Masterverse figures. So here we have the new Eternia He-Man. And Hordak measures pretty comparable, a little bit taller, but not too bad. And here he is in his armor instead. Of course, he's still the same height. Aww. Dude, wow, your legs like they're spastic. There we go. And let's compare him to an average Eternian. Average Eternian, who's actually taller than He-Man. That's funny. Alright, and lastly, let's compare him to somebody like Beast-Man. Dun 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 dun. And you know, he's not much taller than Beast-Man. That is surprising. I thought for sure Beast-Man would just totally destroy him in height. Hey, calm down, man. It's a little rough there. I know you don't like Hordak, because he was so mean to your Skeletor friend. There we go. All right. Wow, that was sure a pretty quick video. Anyway, there he is, Hordak in all of his glory. You know, let's put him in the throne and see how he looks in the throne. In the throne of Hordak. Now, let's see if his wings fit into the crack, into the crevice that was designed by that awesome creator. And let's bend his knees. Bend your knees, Hordak. Actually, he fits rather nicely in there. Look at that. Click at that. Beautiful. Except for it's Hordak, so not beautiful. Anyway, there we go. Let's pull this out of there. I added this little triangle piece because classics can't sit all the way down. So I had to add some triangle piece in order to make classics fit. So let's see how he fits with his butt all the way down in the throne. Once he has double jointed knees. It's probably like he's squatty potting on a toilet because it's so low. Yeah, he looks like he's squatty potty now. Yeah, you gotta have the triangle in there in order to raise it up. Otherwise, it's just too squatty potty. Put the triangle cushion back in. Boop. Much better. Now he's sitting high in the saddle. Cool. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. And if you are a fan of Hordak, feel free to post in the comments. If you think this is like the ultimate awesome Hordak, let me know if you like him. I mean, he does have some cool traits. I admit, if this is what the 80s figure looked like back in the 80s, I may have liked him more than I do. But you know what? Let's compare him. Hold on. To the Origins Hordak. See, I'm not a fan of the hood being attached to the head. Like I said, when I was a kid, I had to cut this all out, and trying to shape around his ears was a pain in the rear. Or I still have that custom head somewhere. There we go. All right. Well, that is all that I have. Thanks for joining me. Like they say in the 1987 movie. Come on, He-Man, let go of your axe. Good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.